Hello, everyone. My name is Mary, and today I have an angel message for 2023 from Archangel Hanael. Now, Hanael is the angel of joy and love and relationships. This is the angel that builds the bridges between people. This angel is all about coming together and two hearts and 2 points of view and coming together and finding joy and fulfillment in one another. And also the generous and unconditional giving of love and your own soul to one another. So this angel is all about coming together and relationships, and it is no surprise at all that this angel's message for all of us for 2023 is all about coming together. I have some oracle cards to share, and also I channeled a little message from her. It's actually not too little, it's a couple of pages, which I will read later, but first the oracle cards, but actually first is the message itself. So Hanael's message to all of us for 2023, the theme of 2023 is going to be coming together. Coming together. Let's come together safely. Let's forgive and be connected to one another, and when I say forgive, I mean find a way to see the best in the people around you. Find a way to connect in a positive way to all the people that you will see every day. Find a way to open up your heart and start building the bridges that this world so desperately needs to move forward. I think for all of the world to heal, it needs all of us to come together and understand one another and feed one another this beautiful unconditional love that we have in our hearts. So that, in a nutshell, I think is the energy of the message that I received from beautiful Hanael. And Hanael has this just gorgeous energy, this really, loving energy that inspires you to make connections, that inspires you to feel like you're enough and you have enough within you to overflow to other people. It's like you're a magic watering can that can water everyone else's plant, with endless, water. It's like you are this overflowing fountain of love, which actually showed up in the message, something about a wellspring of love. So this is this angel's message. And so the first card I have is from the Work Your Light deck. And this one really surprised me. It is protection. So protection, and it says, call back your power, cut the cords, and soul retrieval. So this card might indicate not a connecting to other people, but a withdrawing from other people. And I think that how I'm meant to interpret this, that what I'm getting from this is that Hanael wants us to know that it is safe, that we are not in the old space, that you don't have to give your power to other people to make them feel good. You can retain your sovereignty and your power. You can know that you are loved deep down in your soul. You don't need it from someone else. We're not trying to create unhealthy relationships and unhealthy connections. We're creating healthy connections and healthy relationships. Relationships that are based on a holistic, healed person. You have enough within you. You are enough within you. You don't need someone else to give you something or create some unhealthy sort of codependent sort of relationship based on fear and separation. That's not what we're doing anymore. We are doing connections that are based on perfect souls that have come to have an imperfect experience of the human experience. We are these souls that are beautiful and lovely, each one of us, and we don't have to give away our power. So I think Hanael's message with this is, you are enough. You are protected. And this also came in through the mass channeling, that she's like, and I'm using the pronoun she, arbitrarily. Please don't read too much into angelic pronouns. I really don't know anything about angelic gender, so don't read too much into the pronouns. But I'm going to be using the term she for now. So she wants us to know that we are protected, that we are absolutely protected, that we have called back our power, that we are doing that now, that we are realizing our divine worth. And that's going to help us build healthy relationships with one another. So protection is very important for us to know, is that it's okay to connect with one another. It's okay to build relationships. It's okay to foster, all these relationships on the many different levels that you have them. It's like various friends that you have in your circle that you just were like, I can't be around you anymore. You can still be kind to these people. You can still inspire these people. You can still, we don't have to build walls around us anymore. The time of living in separation and the, social distancing and all the things that we've been taught about separating, about us versus them, and they're wrong and they're evil and they're doing bad stuff, all of that is over. We have been blessed with a divine protection, and we can now connect to one another again. So the next two cards, oracle cards, and I thought I was only going to get 3, but I ended up altogether getting 5, is from this deck here, which I love, the Mysteries of Love deck, created by Jane and Elena Hennessy. And so these two are so great. This is the first one that came up, is inspiration, and that is the cherry blossom. So we're meant to inspire one another. We're meant to be and shine our light for one another, so everyone can see not how great you are, but how pure you are. We don't have to put on a false face anymore to be accepted. You can just be yourself, your beautiful, shining, blossoming self, and inspire others. It's time to, and this card is also about positivity. It's all about creating a positive impression upon yourself and others. It's about clearing away the negative and creating something that is inspiring and good and wholesome and lovely. And every interaction that you have can be this, every single one. It doesn't have to be, a relationship or, some long-term thing. The other day, I went to, I was doing some Christmas shopping like a week ago or so, whenever that was. And I was walking into Barnes & Noble, and the person walking out says, "Hey, you're looking good today." And I did not know that person, a complete stranger. And I thought, wow, that's such a cool thing to say to somebody, like anything you're inspired to say, anything that you're inspired to say to someone that is positive, do it, say it. Let's lift each other up. Haniel wants us to connect and inspire, because this is what's going to build this new world that we're building, this world based on love and joy, and bliss, this world that feeds each other, where we're connected to one another. This is the word. This inspiration is going to help build that. And the other card from this deck that came up, which was really interesting, is this one, Quiet Time. This came up second. Like, I was not sure if we needed another one, but this is also important, because you need to be whole in yourself. This, connecting with one another, which is something we've sort of not been doing, I think, as a collective. I think we've sort of been withdrawing and really conservative of our energy. And I feel like the time has come for that to shift, for us to really build connections once again, and to feel safe doing it. That is the key, is to feel safe doing it. You're not going to be depleted of your energy. You're not going to be harmed. You don't have to be, the hermit just holding on like a miser, holding on to his or her heart with an iron fist, just holding on to everything that you are, because you're afraid someone's gonna, siphon some of your energy off or be toxic to you. That sort of mindset is what we're moving away from. And in order to have healthy relationships, we need this quiet time to recharge ourselves, to really know, to feed ourselves the love that we are ready to feed all other people, to feed that love to ourselves first, and then have it overflow into other people. So these two cards are so beautiful together that they really complement one another. The inspiration that we're meant to be for one another, and the quiet time that it will require for us to be that in a healthy and positive way. So clearing out negativity, that is what we're going to be doing here in our quiet time, clearing out negativity, focusing, centering, and then being that light and that beautiful inspiration for all people. And so that is that. The next two come from the Journey of Love Oracle deck. And of course, this is so beautiful. This card, it's coming together. This is it. This card, this is what it's all about. We're coming together. We're building the web, the network, the new earth. We're connecting to one another, and Haniel is so excited about what can happen. You know, if you connect to this person and then that person connects to another person, you'll be connected to the entire world in a positive way, not based on fear, not based on separation, not based on us versus them, not based on who's hurting who and who's a victim and all of that. No, that's done. We are meant now to heal one another through this network that we're building. We're not meant to hurt one another or point out other people's wounds, like, oh, look at those wounded people over there, you know, or look at those wounded people over there. We're not, you know, we're here to heal one another and not sort of keep each other in a perpetual state of separation and pain. This is what 2023 is going to be. It's going to be shifting our way of thinking about one another and how we connect to one another. And it starts small. It starts small. This doesn't have to be the whole world coming together. This just you and your neighbor, or the person in front of you in line, or the friend you haven't talked to. You know, you can, in a protected, you know, way, reach out to that friend and say, I'd like to know how you're doing. You know, what's going on? Maybe give them a call. You don't have to, you know, get together with friends that have hurt you in the past. You can wish them well. You can, you know, come together in a different way with those people. You can, you know, send them positive vibes. You can heal them from your heart. You can heal yourself and your own wounds. The coming together means not just, you know, coming together with other people, but it also means healing the wounds, healing the broken bridges. You know, it doesn't mean you're gonna get back together with every ex you've ever been with. It just means that you're healing the bridges. You know, you're building those bridges back so that there's a healthy opening there if ever you want to become friends. It's like this beginning to it's the beginning of finding healthy relationships. This doesn't mean that you have to be accepting of everyone's choices. This means that we're just coming together. And Haniel is, I gotta say, absolutely aware of duality and polarity and the differences between one another and how these people may have one belief and these people may have another one. Haniel's all over that. She knows all about that. That's what she's all about. That's where relationship comes from, is from two souls who have been, you know, separated through this, you know, birthing process of becoming human. And now how do they connect with one another? There's joy there. There's so much joy there. We're meant to come together and to overcome as best we can the obstacles that we see preventing us from connecting to all these people in the world. So Haniel is very much aware of the polarity and the differences between us. And this year is all about the testing the waters, staying whole and safe and loved inside yourself, you know, tending to your own wounds, but at the same time reaching out and beginning to build your circle again. You know, you can't control what people think, and you certainly can't control what people think of you, but you can control how much love is coming out of your heart. And guess what? Your heart it's a bottomless well of love. There's infinite love in your heart. So, having said that, the final card is this one, which, oh my gosh, the artwork is just so beautiful there. Falling. So this speaks of that feeling of just sort of like taking a leap of faith, or, you know, walking into a party where you don't know anybody, or the feeling of starting a new job your first day, or the starting, you know, first day of school at a new school, or just all those times where you felt like, whew, you know, I'm not sure what this is going to be, but I'm going to do it. All those moments where, and one of the most poignant metaphors I have to describe this is, I live in the Finger Lakes region of New York State, and the lakes here can be kind of cold sometimes when you go swimming, even in the summertime. Well, I mean, nobody swims in the winter, I hope. It's much too cold. But in the summer, even in the height of summer, sometimes it's a little chillier than you would want it to be. And so this is me jumping into the lake, where I'm just like, it's gonna be cold. And you just jump in, and there's that moment right before you hit the water where you're just like, I know I did this, I want to do this, I want to be in the water, but I'm preparing myself for something slightly uncomfortable, you know, and eventually you get used to the water and it's beautiful. But this is all about taking that leap of faith, is feeling the feelings of connecting to people when the past, like, 2 or 3 years or so, we've all been sort of withdrawing from one another. COVID caused us to withdraw from one another. A lot of the, you know, political, social, you know, all the stuff that has been coming up has had us pointing fingers at one another, and they're evil and they're bad, and we're just going to build a wall. And so I'm going to, you know, build a little, you know, fortress, and I'm going to only keep the people that I absolutely agree with inside my little fortress. Well, how many people are going to end up being inside that fortress? Like, a few of people. There might be a lot of people you think will be in that fortress, but the more you get to know them, the more you're going to find that we're all different, and we're all so, you know, wounded right now that we need each other, you know, and we're not always going to say the right things, and we're not always going to, you know, make the right choices, but we all have to support each other on this journey because we're in it together. The human collective is ascending, is evolving. We're in this together. And so you don't have to, you know, change your judgments of anyone. But what I think this is asking us to do is to take a step forward beyond the safe walls of your little fortress, and to connect with people that maybe you wouldn't have connected with before. Maybe thought, oh, these people aren't going to feed me the right energy or whatever. We're meant to connect. And even if it's in our own minds, even if you're not connecting, you know, in the real world, in your own mind, just try to find a place where that person can be, where you can hold them in the light, you know, find that. And so these two together are just so great, because it's like coming together, falling. It's like the coming together is sort of scary. It is that leap of faith. It is that feeling of, you know, oh, I'm not sure, but I'm going to do it because this is what I'm being called to do. You know, you're being called to come together, and it feels like you're falling. It feels like the fortress, the walls of your fortress are crumbling down. So that is that. And now the message. So this is what Hanael said. And Hanael's name means joy of God. So just try to breathe and, welcome the energy of Hanael into your heart right now as I read this message. My loves, blessings to you on your journey through life. I am your follower, your lover, your helper, and your grace. I wish you joy in ever-increasing, infinite amounts throughout your wondrous human journey. I love every blessed step you have taken, and I honor your true self as it shines in every moment of your life. Do not be afraid of the blessings of life. Have courage. Lift up your hearts to the sunshine of unconditional love. Just as you charge your phones daily, charge your hearts with the boundless love of God, the wellspring of joyous, unconditional love that can be found in the center of your hearts. I'm here to bless your path ahead, to shine a light into the dark spaces you are afraid to traverse. All of this is sacred. Do not be afraid. You are the lucky ones. You are the blessed ones. My message to you is simple, and yet for many of you fearful and uncomfortable. It is simply this: see one another, connect with one another, stir yourselves into making connections with one another. Don't judge your fellows as unworthy or unable to give you what you think you need. Stir yourself to connect with them anyways. Be hopeful for their future. Be generous with them, with no thought of a return on your investment. Be gentle with them, for they have wounds you don't know about and fears you don't understand. Smile more. Talk to people you would normally keep apart from you. Stir yourselves. Be a friend to the people God has placed all around you. Trust in the power of your heart to protect you, guide you, and replenish you. Give your joy and smiles and love away. Throw it away on everyone you meet. It's time to declutter your hearts and connect with your fellow souls once again. Build networks of love, truth, and vulnerability that will save the world. See yourself in the eyes of everyone you meet. I promise you, there is enough love in your heart to heal all your wounds and those of the whole world. The time to love is now. Blessings. I am always with you. You are never alone. I am always with you. So that is Haniel's message, and I pray that you receive it. My prayer for you is that you receive this message with love and joy, and call upon Haniel to help you, to give you the strength anytime you need to connect with somebody in a new way. And just know that this is absolutely what's happening for all of us. And keep this message in your hearts throughout all of 2023. So isn't that just gorgeous? I couldn't be more grateful for Haniel's beautiful message. It's certainly something I needed to hear. I hope it's something you needed to hear. God bless each and every one of you, and have a happy 2023. Bye.